to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School. Myself, Snehal Mane, teaching you maths for grade 6. In the previous class, from the lesson Basic Geometrical Ideas, we have studied about the rays. When two rays meet at a common point, those are called as, it is called as vertex. When two rays meet at a common point, the common point is called as vertex, and the two rays are called as arms. The two rays are called as arms. Besides that, we have also studied about the representation of triangle and quadrilateral. So, let us take a quick review of representation of a triangle. In this figure, we can see there are three sides. The triangle, we name the triangle as delta ABC. We name this, the triangle is denoted by delta. This triangle is called as delta. So, we read this triangle as triangle ABC. Three sides of triangle ABC are side AB, side BC and side CA. Three angles of triangle ABC are triangle BCA, where C is the common point and where the angle is formed, then triangle BAC, then triangle ABC. Next, three angles of triangle ABC are triangle BCA, then CAB and ABC. So, the three triangles formed are triangle A, triangle B and angle C. Angle A, angle B and angle C. The points A, B, C are vertices of triangle ABC. These are the vertices of the triangle ABC. This is the representation of a triangle. Now, we will see the representation of a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral is a polygon with four sides or edges along with four angles. This is a quadrilateral. It is a polygon with four sides. We name this quadrilateral as quadrilateral ABCD. It is having four sides and also four angles. Quadrilateral. The following quadrilateral ABCD has four sides, namely side AB, side BC, side CD and side DA. These are the four sides of this quadrilateral. This quadrilateral also has four vertices. Those are A, B, C and D. These are the four vertices. This quadrilateral forms four angles. Four angles. Those are angle DAB, angle ABC, angle BCD and CDA. So, four angles are formed here and these angles to be denoted by angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. Two diagonals namely are AC and BD, which does not lie on the same side. These are called as two diagonals, namely AC and BD are the two diagonals of this quadrilateral. Besides this, we have also studied about adjacent sides. So, let us have a quick review for this also. Two sides of a quadrilateral which have a common end point are called as adjacent sides. When two sides of a quadrilateral meet at a common point, these two sides are called as adjacent side. There are pairs of these adjacent sides like AB and BC have one common point as B, BC and CD is the other pair which has common point as C, CD and DA which has common point as D and DAAB which has common point as A. So, these are the pairs, four pairs which are called as adjacent sides of the quadrilateral ABCD. These are called as adjacent sides of the quadrilateral ABCD. Adjacent angles. Now, we have studied about adjacent sides. Now, this is adjacent angles. Two angles of a quadrilateral having a common side are called its adjacent angles. So, this is the one side. This side has two angles, that is angle A and angle B. So, these are the adjacent angles. In the same way, angle B, angle C are adjacent Angle C, angle D are adjacent, angle D and angle A are adjacent. These are the 4 pairs of adjacent angles of this quadrilateral ABCD. Opposite sides. Now you can see here, this is a quadrilateral which we name it as ABCD. AB is opposite to CD and AD is opposite to BC. Thus, AB and CD and AD and BC are the 2 pairs of opposite sides of the quadrilateral ABCD. 2 sides of a quadrilateral are called opposite sides. These are called as opposite sides. When they are called as opposite sides, if they do not have any common end point. These 2 are opposite sides which do not have common end points. So, those are called as opposite sides of the quadrilateral. Opposite angles. Now, we have seen opposite sides. Now, this is opposite angles. Angle A, here we have angle A. Which is the angle which is opposite to angle A? It is angle C. So, opposite to angle A is angle C and opposite to angle B is angle D, opposite, exactly in front. Those are not adjacent, which does not lie on same side, which are the opposites. 2 angles of a quadrilateral which are not adjacent angles. These are not adjacent angles which does not lie on the same side. So, these are called as opposite angles of the quadrilateral. Now, we have seen about adjacent sides, adjacent angles, opposite sides and opposite angles of a quadrilateral. Before going to this, we will solve some exercise questions from exercise 4.3. Now, you can see here the first question, name the angles in the given figure. Name the angles in the given figure. Now, this is the figure ABCD. This is a quadrilateral which is made up of 4 different line segment. In the same way, we have 4 different angles and 4 sides. So, the angles formed here in this quadrilateral are angle A or angle DAB. Angle DAB, the angle is formed at A. Then angle B or angle CBA, the angle is formed at angle here at B. Angle C, DCB, we name this angle as angle DCB and the angle is formed at C. And the next angle is angle D or angle ADC, the angle is formed at D and we name this angle as angle ADC. So, this is the figure in which we have to find the angles. Next question, in the given diagram, name the points. Name the points. Now, see, this is a diagram. By seeing this diagram, we have to name the points. In the interior of angle DOE, in the interior of angle DOE. Now, you can see here angle DOE. First of all, we have to find where is the angle DOE. Now, you can see the angle here is DOE. This is the angle DO and E is the angle. Now, we have to find which point lies in the interior. Interior means inside. So, which point do we have? We have the point A. So, A is the point in the interior of angle DOE. A is the point in the interior of angle DOE. Second question, in the exterior of angle EOF. In the exterior of angle EOF. Exterior, it means outside, outside. So, where is the angle EOF? EOF, here is the angle EOF. Now, we have to find the point which lies in the exterior of angle EOF, it means outside. So, which is the point lying outside the angle EOF? It is point C. So C is the point in the exterior of angle EOF. Next, on angle EOF. Now we have to find the point which lies on angle EOF. So which is the point which lying on the angle EOF? So here is the point. B is the point that is lying on the angle EOF. Next question. Draw rough diagrams of two angles such that they have one point in common. Now there are sub questions here, we will solve one by one in detail. We have to draw a rough diagrams by the questions asked here. We have to draw a rough diagram of two angles such that they have one point in common. Now the diagram should contain two angles but one point in common. Now see here, this is the diagram. You can see here COB is one angle and BOA is other angle. So one angle is formed here and the other angle is formed here. Both these angles have one common point as O. One common point as O. So this is the answer which has one point in common, that is O is the point which is common to the angle AOB and BOC. Next question. Again we have to draw a rough diagram of two angles which have 2 points in common. Now see here. This is the angle. Here the angles are SOA. This is the first angle. The angle is SOA and the second angle is OPQ. Okay. So two angles are there. One, the angle is formed at O and the other angle is formed at P. So the angles are named as angle SOA and the other angle is named as OPQ. So we have to find two angles which have 2 points in common. Now see, as we have find out here, there are two angles and to this angle we have 2 points in common, that is point P and point A, which are common. Next question. We have to draw a rough diagram of two angles such that they have 3 points in common. Now we have find out 1 point, 2 point, now we have to find 3 points in common. Okay. So let us see here. Now you can see we have to find 3 points in common. So let us take this angle as AOB and let us take one more angle from here, that is BOP. So we want 3 points in common. So we can name this angle as, this is the point B, here we can give C and here we can give D. So these are the points common, 3 points in common as B, C and D. These are the two different angles where the angle one is formed here and the other angle is formed here, and these two different angles have a common point as angle B, C, D. These are the 3 points in common for these two different angles. In the same way, you can find common point, 4 common point for these two angles. You can find when two angles are given, 4 common points you can find on a line. Now the last one we will see. Draw rough figure of two angles such that they have one ray in common. Now here we have to find one ray in common. Now see here, OB is the common ray of angle AOB and DOB. Now you can see here, there are two angles formed here, that is angle AOB and angle DOB. Now O is the common point here and we have to find a common ray for this both angles. Okay. So, the two angles are AOB is the first angle and DOB is the second angle. For this two angle we have to find a common ray, and the common ray is ray OB. The common ray is ray OB. Okay. Now, we will go to solve next exercise. First question, draw a rough sketch of a triangle ABC, mark a point P in its interior and a point Q in its exterior. Is the point A in its exterior or in its interior? Okay. Now, we have to draw a rough sketch of a triangle ABC. So, this is the triangle ABC. We name this triangle as triangle ABC. Now, we have to mark a point P in the interior. Interior, it means inside. So, this is the point P which is marked in the interior of the triangle, and we have to mark a point Q in its exterior. So, exterior means outside the triangle. So, Q is the point marked here in the exterior of the triangle. So, this is the interior point P and this is the exterior point Q. And the other question asked is the point A in its exterior or in its interior? Okay. So, is the point A in its exterior or interior? Can you tell that A is the point in its exterior or interior? It is not in the exterior, not in the interior, it is on the triangle, it is on the triangle. P is the interior, Q is the exterior, and A is neither in the exterior nor in the interior. Okay. Now, let us see the next question. Question number 2. Identify three triangles in the figure. Identify three triangles in the figure. Okay. Now, see here students, we have to draw a diagram. So, this is the diagram of the triangle that is named as A, B, D and C. We have two different triangles here. We have ADB is the one triangle and ADC is the another triangle. In this question, it is asked, identify three triangles in the figure. Identify three triangles in the figure. So, question 1, three triangles. Okay. So, the answer is triangle ABC. The triangle ABC is the first triangle. Then the second triangle is triangle ABD. The triangle ABD is the second triangle, and one more triangle, then triangle ADC. Triangle ADC is the third triangle. So, triangle ABC, triangle ABD and triangle ADC are the three triangles formed. Let us see the question 2. Write the names of 6 line segments. Now, from this triangle, from this diagram, we have to find the 6 line segments. Okay. So, the line segments are AB. AB is the first line segment, then AD, then AC. Okay. So, these are the 3 line segment, more 3 we have to find. So, first we will take BD, BD is the line segment, then DC is the line segment and BC is also the line segment. Let us take a review here. AB is the line segment, AD is the line segment, AC is the line segment. In the same way, BD is the line segment, DC is the line segment and BC is also the line segment. So, 6 different line segments. Let us see the next question. Which two triangles have angle B as common? Which two triangles have angle B as common? Now, you can see this is a triangle. Now, two angles are formed at here angle D. So, angle B is common for which two triangles? Angle B is common for which two triangles? So, question 3, triangle ABC and triangle ABD have angle B as common. Let us see it how. First we will take triangle ABC, where the angle is formed at B, and we will take one more angle which has B common. So, angle ABD. So, again the angle is formed at B. In these both the triangles. So, triangle ABC and triangle ABD have angle B as common. So, these were the questions from exercise 4.4. Now, let us move towards the next concept, parts of a circle. Before going to these parts of a circle, let us see a small video.
Parts of a circle. Let us perform an activity. Take a rope and make a loop at one of its ends. Place it over a spike fixed in the ground as shown. Tie a stick at the opposite end of the rope. Now, keep the rope taut and move the stick around the spike. The path followed by the stick is known as a circle. The point of contact of the fixed spike with the ground is the center of the circle. This method of drawing a circle was known and used by builders in ancient Egypt. A circle is a two-dimensional shape. It is a set of all points which are at a constant distance from a fixed point. The fixed point is called the circle's center. It lies inside the circle. The region inside the circle is called its interior, and the region outside the circle is called its exterior. A circular disc consists of all points on and inside a circle. A diameter of a circle is a line segment that passes through the center of the circle and has its end points on the circle. A radius of a circle is a line segment that joins the circle's center to any point on the circle. Plural of radius is radii. An arc is a part of a circle. It joins any two different points on the circle. We can define shorter and longer arcs as minor arc and major arc of the circle respectively. An arc which is half of a circle is called a semicircle. A chord of a circle is a line segment that joins any two points on the circle. A diameter of a circle is the longest chord of that circle. A segment of a circle is a part of its interior between a chord and the circle itself. We can define smaller and bigger segments as minor segment and major segment of the circle respectively. A sector of a circle is a part of its interior between two radii. We can define smaller and bigger sectors as minor sector and major sector of the circle respectively. Tangent to a circle is a line which touches the circle but does not enter its interior. A tangent is always at right angles to the radius at that point.
So, in this video, we have seen about the parts of a circle. Let us take a quick review of all these parts of a circle. A circle is the set of all those points whose distance from a fixed point remains constant. So, this is the center. It is also called as fixed point, and if we take from this fixed point to any distance on the circle, so it remains the same. It remains the same. This is called as fixed point. We also call it as center. A line segment that has one end point and the center at the center and the other end point on the circle is known as radii. Radius of the circle. Now you can see here, this is the center. This is a line segment which has one point here at the center, and other point is on the circle. So this is called as radius. This is called as radius. Number of radius can be drawn here at towards the any end point of this circle. So this is the center, and when a line segment is drawn towards the end point on the circle, it forms a radius. It forms a radius. So a line segment that has one end point at the center and the other end point on the circle is known as the radius of the circle. Now we will see about chord. A line segment with its end point lying on the circle is called chord of the circle. Now you can see, this is the line which is passing from the center of the circle. This is the line which is passing from the center of the circle. This is called as diameter. It is called as diameter, and diameter is the longest chord in a circle. Diameter is the longest chord in a circle. If a line is drawn on a circle from here to here, then it is also said to be a chord, but the line which passes from the center of the circle is called as diameter, and line which does not pass from the center of the circle is called as chord. This is also called as chord, but it is the longest chord and it passes from the center, so it is called as diameter. The formula to find diameter is 2 into radius. So this is the radius and this is the radius. When two radius are joined or find, then we get a diameter. A line segment with its end points lying on the circle is called chord of a circle. Diameter is the longest chord in a circle. Diameter is equal to 2 into radius. A line segment with its end point lying on the circle is called chord of a circle. Now you can see, this is a line segment. Here this is the end point and this is the end point. This is called as secant and this is called as chord. This is chord which does not pass from center. So it is called as chord. If it is passing from the center, then it is called as diameter. A line passing through a circle and intersecting the circle at two different points. Now this is the line which is passing through the circle and this is intersecting the point at two different places. This is known as secant of a circle. This line is called as chord, and if the chord is passing through the center of the circle, then it is called as diameter. Now you can see the portion or part of a circular region enclosed by two radii and the corresponding arc called a sector of a circle. Now you can see, this is the one radius and this is the other radius. The area here we can see is called as sector and this is called as arc. In the same way we can tell this is the minor sector and this is the major sector. In the same way, this is the minor arc and this is the major arc. So we have studied about different parts of a circle, that is diameter, radius, chord and interior, exterior of circle, minor and major arcs and segments. So in the next class we will study more about the parts of a circle. Till that time you can practice all the questions from your textbooks. Thank you students.